Tron is one of the most iconic sci-fi movies ever made. It was released in 1982, and while not set in the actual future, it did show a theoretical future of a cyber society. But despite this, the world inside the computer, with all its programs, didn't look that much different from human society, all things considered. Especially in regards to what work was, to a lot of people back then. That being, crammed into an office cubicle, and staring at a computer screen for 8 hours a day, and then clocking out. But how did Tron manage to take that and equate it to an electronic society where winning and losing was the only difference between living and dying? Well, it comes down to a few things. The first is in the human world. The characters primarily exist in an office building for the majority of the first part of the movie, with cubicles being a prominent part of set design. Once inside the virtual world known as the grid, similar set design is maintained. While they aren't actually cubicles, the tightly packed, highly efficient floor planning still involves the same sort of limiting environment that office workers existed in, especially back in the 80s. Another part that invokes this office environment are the identity discs.
You will each receive an identity disc. Everything you do or learn will be imprinted on this disc. If you lose your disc or fail to follow commands, you will be subject to immediate de-resolution. That will be all.
These are effectively ID tags that are common in an office environment. They have your name, any and all information required, and usually, when put into a computer, you can draw even more information from them. Functionally, they're identical, with the only difference really being that one of them is a tag and the other is a disk. Many employees, even after working years at an office, if they forget their ID tags even once, can face severe punishment. Not to mention, depending on how sensitive the nature of the occupation is, that can lead to a possible career ending. This is similar to how the identity discs are said to functionally determine all of the program's fate. Another similarity in this movie are the observational powers that the powerful programs have. They can observe virtually anything the programs do through monitors and send programs after them to eliminate or receive them. And if the programs veer even slightly off from what the program in control wants, then they are noticed almost instantly. Virtually instantly, if you will. This is similar to the micromanager that is constantly looking over their employee's shoulder, checking everything they do. And more so today with computer tracking, just like in Tron being more and more common, allowing managers to constantly monitor their employees and to make sure that they never stop working for a second longer than is permitted. Not to mention, the master control program talks almost exactly like a manager.
No, bit brain. Prepare him for inquisition. I need a little bit of relaxation. But first, res up the carrier for pursuit. One other thing. Don't think anymore. I do the thinking around here.
Perhaps the biggest contributor to the monotonous office-like environment, however, is the costume. They use vibrant colors like blue and red. But unlike most sci-fi shows that use those same color, like Star Trek, to make the uniforms bright and identifiable, Tron uses it for the opposite. The colors, instead of distracting from the grey, they highlight it, making the uniforms all the more mundane. This is exactly how offices impose strict dress codes that often make everyone look identical, especially in tones of grey, black, and white. Any individuality is crushed and suppressed.
Oh, and remember, next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
And all employees, or all programs in this case, are only kept around for as long as they are needed before being let go, or in the universe of Tron, being de-rezzed. And that is how Tron made the future look like the present, through imitating The Office.